Hey, everybody, two boys. We've got one brain cell. I'm Joel Norden, and that's Charles Beeson. Now, make sure at the end of this video, you drop down in the comments who gets that brain cell, because that's the most important part.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the second most important part is the song itself. The brain cells are top tier, and then song.
And then our rating.
Yeah. I don't know. My rating's not even on the schedule for me.
It's not even on the schedule?
On the chart.
Scale,
chart. Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
You're setting me up here.
But we're taking off Don't Push Me Into the Pit by Takeoff.
And this is off the This Won't Save the World album.
Somebody took off and pushed somebody into a pit.
And there will be a story time at the end of this video.
Oh, okay.
Because Joel's mean.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. We're going to see where this is going to go. Okay, let's jump on into the song.
Yep.
All right.
I like the vibe of this.
Dude, same. I really like the vibe of this. And there's like three separate vibes in the, or like areas in this song, and they all kind of have a different vibe.
Yeah.
I really like the group vocal area. And I just love the atmosphere of that sound. And then honestly, a lot of the rest of it reminds me of old school Blink 182 a little bit.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely digging just the vibe of this is really nice.
Yeah, and this is a band from Singapore.
Okay. This is one of the Singaporean bands you're talking about? That's what I thought it said. You've lost the plot. You're all blind leading the blind. That's what I thought it said, and I was just like, interesting. Oh. Yeah, I had to look up the lyrics because there's a part that I need in there.
Yeah, what's he saying about the mosh pit? I'd rather be...
They come in screaming, shouting, swinging fists, flying kicks, insisting this is how it is. No remorse. I'll light the torch. You've lost the plot.
Right down there. If this is moshing, I'd rather be tossing.
Stay out or go in. Don't push me into the pit.
So you'd rather be crowd surfing people.
Yeah. Certain,
which is that is work.
Yeah. I mean, certain aspects. I mean, there's definitely certain bands where I want to be in, and there's certain times I want to be out.
Yeah.
And when I don't want to be in, I really don't want to be in. Obviously, that's not always been the case.
Sure.
But I could definitely get behind. I love tossing people up.
Crowd surfing people so much fun.
And being towards the back and starting it.
Yeah.
So much fun.
You get to watch the journey happen. You know?
Yeah.
Will they make it? Will they not make it?
And when you toss the first person up before anybody else has, and you're just like, heads up, just throw. And just what? I hope they get caught. I hope people are listening.
Yeah, because you always have those couple people that are not listening. You're like, heads up. And they're just like, you're like, oh no.
Which,
so
granted,
not going well. Because it's
a good
always
90% of the time, if they don't make it, they land on their feet because enough people were paying attention. Most of the time,
well, typically,
which is good.
You would, if it's a loose crowd, you're not setting people up anyways.
No.
You know what I mean? But you always have that random group of people like way down especially at festivals. They're just not paying attention.
Yep. I love the short.
I thought you were talking
areas.
about while they're going up, like while you're putting that first person up. You know how like people like the first couple rows. A lot of times they're not. They just don't.
Oh yeah.
It's like
that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh shit! There's someone coming up behind me. There's duck.
Yep. And I love the short people areas.
Short people areas.
Yeah, the areas where there's like 3 or 4 short people in that crowd, and you just see them dip and then come back up.
Yeah, it's like riding a wave, man. No, this is a good vibe though.
How did we get on crowd surfing?
I don't know, dude. I really don't. Oh, tossing.
Yep,
Tossing.
Oh,
all right,
man.
let's finish this song out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some reverb.
So, I will say this. The pit during this song, I guarantee everybody's getting pushed in.
It'd be fun as hell.
It's just a straight guarantee.
It'd be fun
If you don't want in, you're going in during this song.
And this is a fun pit. It's a fun pit, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's had a big grin on your face, and you're just running rampant.
It's certainly not the pit that's being described. Come at me with your attitude, young guns that are half my age, mistaking their freedom for. This scene looks like a fucking purge.
Maybe a metalcore.
It used to be about the love and not the hate. It used to be about each other and one another. I can't believe they took our sound but left the spirit. It's time to take this back for everyone who still believes in.
So they're saying they want a less aggressive mosh pit.
Yeah.
Essentially. Interesting. I don't have a problem with aggressive mosh pits.
Yeah. Me neither.
I just know
If I'm in the mood for them.
Sure.
It's one of those things like I'll always be in the mood to be on the outside edge of the pit and kind of just be in there. But when the pit's like just gets super big, at a certain point, if it's just super big and super fun, like I'll notice like sometimes I'm not in the mood to pit yet.
Sure.
And then at a certain point in time, I'm just like, well, I'm either going to get in and enjoy it or I'm not. And I'm just going to make my own time shitty.
Yeah.
So then I just go in and have fun.
And I think it's like,
But-
the vibe of the band you're going to.
Yeah.
If I go to a Suicide Silence show,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's going to hurt. But if I go to a real big Fish show, I'm going to have a fucking blast. It's going to be a fun type energy in the pit.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of jumping, just kind of a little bumping shoulders. And even like, you go to Anti-Flag, you get a little intensity, but it's nothing crazy. Still that like good brotherly vibe.
A lot of running.
Yeah. A lot of running. Yeah, exactly. And
I'm a big guy. I don't
nothing
run very
overly
well.
aggressive. So it's just kind of like, I think you got to use common sense, and
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be the vibe that the band's putting out. So if you go into some deathcore shit, Lorna Shore, it's going to be brutal.
Dude, that is one band I don't know if I want to see live.
I want to see him live.
But I kind of do.
I want to see him live.
But I kind of don't. If that makes sense.
Yes. But yeah, I think if we're talking a punk pit,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want it to be extremely aggressive.
No, me neither.
No.
I want a nice, fun, everybody's having the pit's a vibe
think
kind of
the
thing.
ideal pits for punk, when we were at Riot Fest,
Oh, my God, yes.
Bad Religion, it was a really tightly packed circle pit. That was a figure eight.
Yeah.
And it was just a blast.
And honestly, the best part about the figure eight was the fact that you only knew it if you knew it. Because there's a tightly packed, bigger circle
Yeah.
that's just going. And then you have a small circle off of it that's fairly tightly packed, but not near. And you could bounce around through the middle of it and have a good time.
Yeah.
And like if you knew, I mean, there was a line of maybe two people in between them.
Yep.
So if you knew, you could run the figure eight and have a good time.
Absolutely.
And it was almost like when you start going through, you're like, uh-oh. And then you pop out and you're like, yeah. And it was just a blast.
Yeah. Lagwagon was also.
Oh, my goodness.
Lagwagon
That was just a
great
blast,
pit.
dude.
They were just running. We were just trotting around, just having fun, bumping shoulders. It was just a great vibe.
And Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eat World was so much fun.
That was such a blast for a pit.
That was one of the funnest pits I've ever been in.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, for that one, it felt like we were just mostly just skipping around.
Just having a blast.
little bit of bumping into each other. Nothing like it's accidental bumping. You're not even hitting each other on purpose anymore.
Dude, it was so much
It's
fun.
just, hey. And then you just got random people coming up and just high-fiving you and just, we're all just, it's like everybody's best friends having a good time.
It was a great vibe. Yes, absolutely.
Phenomenal.
Okay, so with this song,
Yes.
I like the vibe. Honestly, I feel like I wanted this a minute shorter, though.
I can see that, yes.
Just to cut out a little bit of the repetitiveness.
Yeah, because they didn't really add too much to it after, say, the 2-minute mark.
Yeah. I think if it was a little bit shorter, it had been a little higher on my list, rating-wise. But I dug the vocals. I enjoyed the sound. Like I said, it kind of gives me the old school Blink vibes. So for me, I'm going to go with a flat 6. And I am going to put it in a playlist. But I think it would have been higher if it was a little bit shorter and less, repetitive.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 6.3, and I'm going to put it in a playlist as well. I really enjoy the vibe of the song. I really enjoy, it's just fun.
It is fun. It is.
Instrumentally, it's good too.
Absolutely.
I love how they kept the energy there too with that. But it was fun energy. There was no aggressive energy really there.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
So definitely going in a playlist there as well.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to rate this F-bomb.
Chuck rates fucks.
Yes, he does.
Shout out to our Patreon for the idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because they came up with this.
Uh-huh. And this one, come at me with your attitude, young guns that are half my age, mistaking their freedom for this scene looks like a fucking purge. Like, that right there tells me just how aggressive this pit is. And I'm just like, I kind of want to be in it.
The old wall of death. The curiosity, right?
Right? Dude, my first wall of death hurt enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the walls of death. You're sitting on the sideline. You're like, well, why not? And then you get into it and you're like, why did I do this?
You're like, that's why not.
Yeah.
And then you do it again the next time anyway.
I always tell people it's like the closest thing that you'll get to like a medieval battle.
Oh, yeah.
It's pure chaos all around. You're helping people up. It's
nuts.
It's wild.
And you're like, while you're helping people up, good luck not getting hit.
Yeah. From the description,
difficult.
That's what I have in my head, though.
Oh, yeah. I have that, what was it? Amon Amarth at...
I hate you.
That was...
Their pits are crazy, too.
What was that? What was the show we were at? The festival.
You? Or were you with us? Oh, yeah, you were at Rock on the Range as well.
Yeah, Rock on the Range.
Yes.
I forgot you were there. One. That one was so much more brutal than the one I was at that you didn't make it to.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Because the one I was at, the pits were fun.
Yeah.
Like, they were still decent, but they were nothing like that.
I want to row the boat. Son of a bitch.
But the pit at Rock on the Range was absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was nuts. There was no getting
no
out
escape.
Of pits. There was just all pits.
Like I go to and I hit a wall thinking, okay, I need to break, and you fall through.
Right through into another pit, and then you try to bounce back, and then you fall through to another pit. Yep. It was just insane.
But that F-bomb there was perfect. Well, damn near, because it just popped, it slapped you, and it's like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I did my job, and I'm getting out of here. You did a great job. That one's getting a 9. That is a beautiful, beautiful F-bomb. Flat 9 on that one.
Hell yeah.
And then the fun story time. We were in Columbus, right?
Yeah. Silverstein
concert. And I had never been in a mosh pit at this point. And I decided I'm going to go to a concert with my buddy Joel. You know.
It was our whole friend group.
Yes, it was.
Mitchell and my brother as well.
Joel was the problem.
See, I honestly don't remember it being that way, but it 100% could have been that way.
Yeah. So, well, because how it went down was I had this stereotype in my head about what mosh pits were like. And this show blew those stereotypes right out the water.
Like you thought it'd be scary.
Yeah. And so at a certain point, you know, we're just chilling and the mosh pit's right there and we're kind of just on the wall. And I'm like, holy shit, it looks intense, right? It was like, because in my head, it's much worse.
Especially in-house, because it was like in an actual venue.
Yep.
And it's dark, and then you just have the lights flashing, so it's like people are like glitching, almost looks like, running across.
Yeah. And then at a certain point, it was like the mosh pit stopped. And then the lights came on in the house, and the band stopped. Somebody lost a lens out of the glasses. So everybody there... Even the band stopped and was just like, find the lens. They found it. Band picked right back up where they were. Lights went out and everybody picked back up.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at you and it was like, I don't think it was that song. I think it was a song or two after that. You just shoved me into it. Because at that point, I'm like, my mind's changing a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, they seem to care a little bit.
And then you went involuntarily later in that night.
Oh, absolutely.
Massachusetts came on.
Yeah.
And you were in there with me. I remember because I smoked you and then you smoked me back later. And I was like, well, that was a damn good check for a guy that just started moshing. Like, I was like, damn, dude, this ain't good for me.
I found out I had a little bit of pent up aggression that needed to come out.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
But he pushed me in and it was like, at first I'm like, oh shit.
You're like, I fucked up.
And then somebody was coming at me. I lowered my shoulder and it just felt incredible.
Yeah.
And just from then on, it was just.
You have a little bit of bruising, that's about it. And you get get some of that
maybe a little back pain the next day, but you're fine.
You get some tension out.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're a blast.
I find, I loved the brutal pits when I was younger.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, honestly, the fun pits do it for me too, which is funny as hell.
I love the fun pits. But now the brutal pits, I love to get in a brutal pit 2, 3, maybe 4 times in a night, and I'd prefer them to be later.
Okay.
I love my brutal pits towards the end of a day, whereas the fun pits I can do all day.
I see.
Just because the brutal pits, they take so much out of you.
Yeah.
They're so physically draining.
So basically what you're trying to tell me with the story is that I failed this song because I pushed you into a pit.
100%. But I didn't because I took off.
Had to pop your cherry, bud.
And it did not save the world, so that was sad.
you have it.
I got my puns in there. Now I'm happy.
And now I'm not happy.
You started. You got the puns at the beginning. Leave me alone. But that is it for me.
That's it for me.
All right. So we are 2 boys, 1 brain cell. You can vote in the comments who gets that brain cell. Don't forget that part. It's the most important part. Outside of that, have a great day. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.